Okay, you know the scene. You get up, you head to the bathroom, and suddenly there's a furry shadow right at your heels. It's kind of funny, right? A little weird, maybe even a bit clingy. But what if I told you that whole little ritual is actually a hidden message? I mean, it's a question every single cat owner has asked themselves. Why does my cat follow me to the bathroom? What is going on in that little head of theirs? Well, here's the thing. It's not just some quirky habit. It's actually a pretty complex signal, and it's all about instinct and connection. And trust me, once you get what's really happening, you're never gonna look at your little bathroom buddy the same way again. So let's dive in and solve this mystery piece by piece. All right, first up, we've got what I call the bathroom shadow. And this is all about predictability, safety, and trust. You see, it all kicks off with something super simple, your routine. For a cat, our daily lives can seem totally chaotic, right? Just a whirlwind of random movements. I mean, just try to see it from their point of view for a sec. We're always moving around, opening doors, grabbing stuff. It's unpredictable. But the trip to the bathroom? That's different. That's a ritual. It happens the same way every time. And for a cat, that predictability is everything. It literally equals safety. And safety, well, that's the bedrock of trust. So this totally predictable route creates this perfect little window of opportunity for them. The path never changes. You have to pause when you get there. There are no sudden, scary movements. For just a few moments, you're a stable, non-threatening, easy-to-approach human. And for a cat, that is the absolute best, safest time to come say hi. Okay, so that brings us to our next piece of the puzzle. Safety, trust, and territory. We're calling this one the unseen guardian. Because once that trust is established, something really deep gets activated, a much more ancient instinct. Now, this might sound a little dramatic, but it's such a cool way to look at it. From your cat's perspective, when you're in the bathroom, you're kind of vulnerable. You're sitting still, you're distracted, you're in a closed room, and in their world, that means you're a creature who can't fully defend itself. So what happens? Their inner bodyguard just clocks in for duty. And you can totally see this if you know what you're looking for. Have you ever noticed how they sit near the door, but they're facing out? They're staring down the hallway, right? They're literally positioning themselves between you and whatever might be out there. They're not just chilling, they are on guard duty. And that right there, that is the real message. It's not them begging for attention. It's a genuine act of protection. It's their silent, furry way of saying, don't worry, I've got you. So this is where it gets really interesting. What we see is just, clinginess. But what it actually means is they're creating a shared territory. That classic leg rub, it's a powerful territorial signal. They're mixing their scent with yours, on you, on the doorframe, basically saying, this spot is safe. Why? Because it smells like us. All right, on to part 3, the attention you give. Or as I like to call it, how you respond without even realizing it. Because, let's be real, this whole thing is not a one-way street. We play a huge part in this, and most of the time, we don't even know we're doing it. Just think about it for a second. In the bathroom, you are a captive audience. There's no phone scrolling, no laptop, no chores to do. For a few minutes, all of your attention is right there. And a lot of the time, it's on them. And oh boy, do they notice. And what's our reaction? We give them exactly what they crave. You know you do it. You laugh, you smile, you talk to them in that super soft, high-pitched voice that's reserved only for them. You might even say something like, oh, it's you again. Every single one of those reactions is a massive positive reinforcement. It's like a big flashing sign that says, yes, keep doing this. I love it. Okay, moving on to our 4th and final piece. This one's called an emotional check-in, or your cat, the unseen empath. And this, to me, is maybe the most incredible part of this whole thing. Have you ever had that feeling like your cat just knows when you've had a bad day? When you're stressed out or sad? Well, you are not imagining it. Cats are masters at reading emotions through the tiniest signals. And that quiet, distraction-free bathroom, it's the perfect place for them to tune in and pick up on those subtle cues. I mean, they're little emotional detectives. They can pick up on the tension in your shoulders, the change in your breathing, the tone of your voice. So if you notice they're a little extra shadow-like on a tough day, that's not them being needy. That's empathy. They're literally checking in on you, asking, hey, are you okay? So let's reveal the real reason. Let's put all of these pieces together and finally see the big picture behind this everyday little habit. It really is a perfect chain of connection when you think about it. Step 1, your predictability builds their trust. Step 2, that trust flips on their protective instincts. Step 3, that desire to protect makes them create a shared territory with you. Step 4, that shared territory builds a real connection. And finally, step 5, that deep connection is what allows for that amazing emotional attunement. See how it all links together? And that leads us to the powerful final message. The ultimate reason behind all of this. All of it. The following, the guarding, the rubbing, it all boils down to one simple, beautiful truth. Your cat feels completely and totally safe with you. Safe enough to let their guard down, safe enough to protect you, and safe enough to connect with you, even in the most mundane moments of your day. So yeah, what we commonly see as just random, weird, or needy behavior is actually something so much deeper. It's all about instinct, trust, and connection. So the next time your furry shadow follows you into the bathroom, you'll know what's really going on. And that leaves me with one last question for you. Now that you know how to decode this one behavior, what else might you be missing? What other secret messages is your cat trying to send you every single day?